First, let's go back and discover some secrets of the prosperous state. The prosperous state has reached a science that enables it to discover something called the break of life. And the Jews to this day are looking for the break of life. These are Jewish beliefs, so we will go into it. Ichiro Oda put a box in the story, and one noticed it, which is Dr. Huckabuck. This doctor had a girl he loved. She died and he wanted to bring her back to life. In his analysis, he gave you an important point, that there is a possibility of bringing a person back to life, and there is also a possibility of staying alive. Also in Arabasta, where we saw Ace was walking around, and there was a merchant who offered Ace a golden apple and told him that this apple will make him live longer. This point that Ichiro Oda made gives us a clear analysis that the old people had the means to make themselves immortal. Ichiro Oda, where we understand that how did the ancients live 900 years and 1,000 years, and we live 80 years and 70 years, and we die? It is not possible, Ichiro Oda believed. And not only him. There are many other Jews who believe in this, that there is a possibility that you will make yourself immortal. Immortality is for God, of course, but don't take it otherwise. So these are the beliefs of the Jews and also the Christians. So for example, Noah is mentioned in all the holy books lived more than 1,000 years. And the Holy Quran also mentioned that Noah lived 1,000 years except for 50 years. So their beliefs tell you how they lived 1,000 years and we live 60? So it is certain that they had the means to make themselves immortal, and Noah was not the only one who lived 1,000 years. Even the people with him lived 1,000 years, because if one of them lived 60 and Noah stayed long, they will discover that he is the prophet and messenger of Allah, but they also lived more than 1,000 years, and as long as Allah said to you, he stayed in his people 1,000 years. So his people lived 1,000 years. So let's leave all of this and go back to the flourishing state, as long as you understand. So yes, before 900 years, 1,000 years, and 2,000 years of manga One Piece, they had the means, which is to break life to make themselves immortal, and they will die only by beating. For example, you are trying to live a long life, but if you fight with someone and he beats you in the heart, you will die. So for people who think that Emo doesn't die, this is a wrong belief. And the proof, of course, is that the war lasted for 100 years, not a year that they are fighting, or 2 years, or 10, or 20, or 30, or even 50 years. This is 100 years of war. So take the definitive evidence that they were immortal, and this is the biggest evidence of my words, where the Joy Boy appears and he faces the kings. And the Joy Boy looks young, of course. And even in his speech with Emeth, he looks young. That means he was born 900 years ago and died 800 years ago, and the war ended. How is that? He is not getting older? Or what? Also another picture of the Queen Lily, and she is more than 100 years old, so she looks young in the picture. Take it from me, it's a ruin. Take it from me, it's a ruin, which is that there are Jewish, Christian, and also Islam.